Good morning, students. Today our topic is Newton's second law of motion. We have done Newton's first law, and Newton has given this law also. According to this, the rate of change of momentum of an object is directly proportional to applied force and in the direction of force. This is the definition, but let us understand how it comes. Suppose we have an object of mass m which is moving with initial velocity u. So, it has some momentum, and if force is applied, there may be the change in velocity. So, let the final velocity is taken as v. So, initial momentum is written as mu, and after the application of force, the final momentum is written as mv. Now, you know, if force is applied, there is change in momentum, but the rate by which momentum has been changed, it depends on the force. This is the Newton's second law. So, let us see according to formula, the change in momentum delta p can be written as final momentum minus initial momentum. Okay? Now, our law is change in momentum divided by time is directly proportional to applied force. Putting the values of these two, we can write mv minus mu divided by time is directly proportional to force. This is the Newton's second law. Change in momentum divided by time is known as rate of change in momentum, which depends on force, which is directly proportional to force and in the direction of force. So, let us consider it again. This is the formula, and you know, in physics, if we remove the sign of proportionality, we need to use a constant. So, let us see how it comes. mv minus mu divided by t is equal to f, or in other word, you can write like this. F is directly proportional to mv minus mu divided by time. F is directly proportional to m is common, v minus u divided by time, and you know, you have done already that v minus u by t is acceleration. So, we can write f directly proportional to ma. Now, you need to remove this sign. So, we will use a constant. F is equal to k ma. This k is the constant. This k is constant of proportionality, whose value is always 1. So, we can put the value of k. We are getting f is equal to 1 ma, which is ma. So, we have ultimate formula f is equal to ma. This is the significance of Newton's second law basically. Actually, what do we know, what do we get from the Newton's second law? We get the formula of force, which is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay. So, related to this, we have so many applications. Let us discuss one by one how this can be used to explain certain phenomena which is going on, general phenomena. First thing is, a cricket player when catching a ball, it lowers its hand downward. What is the need? Why it happens? Why he has to do this? Actually, what he is doing, when he is keeping his hand downward, so he is actually increasing the time. And you know, if time is increased, force applied would be less. When we are catching a ball, if we catch a ball like this, time of contact is very less. If this is less, force applied is more. If we catch a ball like this, ultimately what happens? We have increased the time. So, if time is increased, force applied would be lesser. Second application, you know, you have seen so many shockers in the vehicles, in cars, in bike, in Activa, there are shockers. What is the role of this shocker? The role of shocker is to increase the time of contact. If time of contact is increased, then again what happens? Force applied by the platform of the vehicle would be very, very less, and we are not going to be injured. Means if a vehicle has good number of shockers which are very, very flexible, what they will do? They will increase the time of contact, and ultimately force applied would be very, very less. So, you know the reason of shockers. Third is karate player. You have seen a karate player, you know, karate player apply force on an object. Suppose this is support, and this is again a support, and some brick is lying over it. Then force is applied by the karate player on this brick, and you know the brick is broken down. Why it happens? Do you think the karate player is having huge infinite amount of force? No, he has a definite amount of force, but the technique used by the karate player is related to Newton's second law. What he is doing, when he applies the force, he touches the substance for very, very less time. And you know, if time taken is very, very less, application of force would be increased. Means if we have a definite force, that is x Newton, and it depends on the time. If time of contact is very, very less, then even the force applied by the person would be increased. In this way, you have seen these are some of the application of the Newton's second law. Moreover, there are so many numerical which are based on it. So, I want to discuss one numerical. Now, numerical is an object of mass m, which is 2 kg, is moving with initial velocity 72 km per hour. If 100 Newton force is applied for the time 0.2 second, then what is the final velocity? I am repeating again this numerical. Suppose we have an object of mass 2 kg. This is object of mass 2 kg, and this is moving with initial velocity 72 km per hour. 72 km per hour. And if some force is applied, 100 Newton, force is applied for very, very less time, then is there change in velocity? Of course, if force is applied, there is a change in velocity. So, you need to find the final velocity. First thing of the numerical is generally what we used to have. We used to have all the units SI units. SI unit of mass is kg. SI unit of speed is not kilometer per hour. So, we need to convert this into meter per second, and you have one shortcut, 72 into 5 by 18, it comes out 20. Okay. So, if we convert kilometer per hour into meter per second, we need to multiply it by 5 by 18. The unit of force is Newton, SI unit of force is Newton, the time taken is second, the SI unit of time is second. So, let us find the velocity. You need to put all the values in the given in the formula. Our concerned formula is F is equal to mv minus mu divided by time. Okay. So, this is the formula that I am going to use. Value of force is how much? 100 Newton. Value of mass is 2. Value of final velocity we do not know. So, we can write this as 2v minus what is the mass of object? 2 kg, and what is the initial velocity of object? 20. So, we can write here 40 divided by time 0.2 second. Okay. So, let us see how to solve this. We need to multiply these two, cross multiply. 100 multiplied by 0.2 is equal to 2v minus 40. Okay. Now, 100 into 0.2, what is this? 100 into 0.2, what is this? It is 20. So, 20 is equal to 2v minus 40. So, 20 plus 40 is equal to 2v. So, 2v comes out to be 60 and v comes out to be 30 meter per second. Okay. Now, velocity of object would become 30 meter per second. Initially the velocity of object is 20 meter per second. Some force is applied on it, which is 100 Newton. Initial velocity is 20 meter per second. We need to find the final velocity. So, final velocity is coming out 30 meter per second. In this way, we can solve various numericals based on Newton's second law of motion. Okay. Thank you.